Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 3 Northside Talks podcast. I be saying it all the time, but consistency. 3 for 3.
Yes.
With my guys, Jelani, Goodridgery, Pressure Made Manu. How you guys doing?
Doing well. We're back.
Back and we
I
got
complain.
We got
I already know, yeah.
Lots to talk about in the world of sports. Got some basketball, football, maybe a little bit of soccer near the end. Yeah, man, we gonna hit on some hard topics. The Drake and DeMar DeRozan beef. I know that was a big thing, especially all of us being from Toronto. I feel like that might take up a lot of time. We got the Giannis and Dame experiment over there in Milwaukee. See how that's doing. Future face of the league talk. You know what I mean? Post LeBron James. Then we gonna move over to football. Get into Jelani's Dallas Cowboys and see how they're checking in and everything. Maybe some footy with Real Madrid. Everything like that. But yeah, man. Let's start it off. DeMar DeRozan and Drake. How are we feeling about that? I know Emmanuel feels a certain way. Yeah. Look at him, hyper.
Bro. Yes. Yes.
Man.
We're maintaining that energy. Oh, fam, come on. They
Here
said whenever you pick a side, stay over there. Those were your rules. So don't expect us to not retaliate with the same energy, bro. Y'all said that. And that boy wanted to go in the video. He could have supported. He's from LA. I get it. But you don't have to show up in the video, bro. When you got traded, one of the only persons to hold you down was Drake. And he said that. He said Drake is his brother. So how does it not make sense to you that, you know what? Let me not be in that video. How about that, fam? So how do you expect Drake to react, fam? We're supposed to act like, we're buddy. Your man just called me the worst thing you could call me in life.
But he didn't say. He was just in the video sitting down. It's not like he was up there bumping and thing.
But you know what it is. He was. Look,
he was fighting.
Look, I think Drake, he has a point here. Like, yo, you're repping a song that is coming after me.
You're right.
In certain ways that I don't want to be called, like, and saying things that I don't want to be associated with. However, I'm not down with a lot of these people saying, DeMar, DeMar this and disrespecting DeMar DeRozan, for what he did with the Raptors. And look, I like DeMar. We know the truth about DeMar come playoff time. We knew the truth with him. There was limitations with him. Of course there were. And when the Kawhi trade went down, I was like, oh, wait, we might have a better shot now to actually make it finals for the first time ever, because we just knew that Kawhi is a different level than a DeMar DeRozan. Of course, we know that. But when it comes to people talking down on DeMar's name, disrespecting DeMar, forgetting what he did, because remember, after Bosh went to Miami, we were about to go in the gutter. We were in the gutter for a minute and a half, but he kept us afloat. Him and obviously Lowry being there. They kept the franchise afloat. Okay? We were about to go back down to some dark days. Okay? But then the regime changed, obviously, with Masai Ujiri. And then we saw what DeMar became. Perennial all-star. A guy that in the Eastern Conference made some noise. Let's just be honest. Until playoff time, of course. But in terms of what he could do night after night, he could give you a 25. He could give you, those performances here and there, right? And there were some great moments, that you look back on. I remember it wasn't like stat line type of performance, but I just remember that dunk against Detroit. I think it was like 2018.
The game winner.
Things like that. Game winner against New York. Mm-hmm. Things like that, So. And you talk about the best Raptors of all time. He's there. Like, you can't talk Raptors without him. You can't.
So you guys are both retiring his jerseys as a Raptor? Are you doing that?
Yeah.
What?
Skyler goal.
I'm definitely retiring his jersey for everything Jelani just said in terms of keeping the franchise afloat. When we talked about this, Jelani, you weren't here, but we talked about this last week when we were talking briefly with the Ronaldo Messi thing and greatest and best. You talking about the greatest Raptors of all time? DeMar DeRozan is bare minimum top 3, bare minimum, and he might be even higher than that depending on who you speak to. When you talk about the best, because you just brought up Kawhi Leonard, that trade, and what put us over them. Obviously, when you get to the best, Kawhi Leonard's as good as it gets for the Raptors in terms of the quality of player we just brought in. But just because the guy was in a video with Kendrick Lamar, you can't just discredit everything he's done for the 9 years that he was here. Like, let's not forget that when he was here, to my knowledge, anyways, he's pretty much the first NBA superstar at the time. Oh, NBA star, all-star at the time, to have a chance to go basically anywhere you want to go and say, nah, I'm re-upping with the Raptors because I want to stay here for the rest of my career. Like, that was the first we had that as a franchise. So for him to continue to put the Raptors on the map for 9 years, and then us now turning around and saying, oh, this guy was a bum, he doesn't deserve a jersey retired. Like, bro, what? Let's not forget, like, Lou Will talked about it. Lou, I don't know if you guys saw, I think it came out today, actually.
I saw that clip, yeah.
Yeah. Lou Will, did you see it, Emmanuel?
Yeah, I did. I started watching it.
I know you turned it off because you don't like he was saying. but basically he was saying that it was kind of selfish with Drake, and I kind of agree with that, bro, because it's not just about you and your beef with DeMar. It's not about you and your beef with Kendrick Lamar, bro. This is about a legacy that he made in Toronto. Like Jelani just said, he kept Toronto afloat for all those years because there was a brief period of time where it was just him. Lowry got traded here. You know what I mean? And Lowry's been on record saying it, that when he came here initially, he was just like, I'm just here for the year left on my contract, and then I'm going to hit free agency. And then did. Obviously, we know what happened. It changed. He became a lifer. But DeMar was the guy when he was here. I feel like, yeah, he definitely deserves to have his jersey retired.
Now, the only points, I feel like I have a few points. I should have written them down. Because as you guys were talking, because I would argue that it might have been better for the Raptors if DeMar left. Because if you think about all the picks that went in, bam, if DeMar wasn't there, because we stayed right here in the middle of the pack. We never went too high or too low. You know, we were never a threat to actually win, but we weren't low enough.
We were fringe contenders for the last few years before he left. Fringe.
LeBron there,
which makes it fringe. If LeBron's the one you can't get over, like, I'm sorry, you can't get over the greatest player of the generation.
The one thing I don't forgive DeMar for.
Oh,
is when you know exactly where I'm going. Is when we in the thick of the playoffs, bro. Yeah. I mean, if we have LeBron too, we would be good.
Yeah, fair play. That's not a good look. That's not a good look.
My leader saying that.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, go ahead, Manuel.
Yeah, but I was saying, if we were trash at that time, bro, we could have had Jaylen Brown, could have had Jason Tatum. You don't think those guys could have done better with what DeRozan did, the amount of shots he got? Fam, we could have got Cade Cunningham. We could have had someone that could actually become a superstar, fam. Like, you guys don't think so?
You're
not wrong.
To be in that spot to get.
That's what I mean. We weren't.
But
that
without
bad.
DeMar. We
wouldn't have been that bad.
Even with
really?
like we were okay. Remember the Sixers, like when they drafted Fultz, like that year, that whole draft class, right? Like we weren't as bad as the Lakers that year. We weren't as bad as the Sixers that year. Boston. Even without a DeMar DeRozan, like we still had a team that could have finished somewhere 10th or 11th, or maybe fighting for an 8th. Right? We weren't too bad to the point where we would have got a generational talent like top 3.
Yeah, and when Kawhi was here, we're acting like the guy wasn't load managing like crazy, and we were still winning games because Pascal came into his own. Kyle Lowry was still Kyle Lowry. And we had a great rotation. Like we had a great team at the time. So for us to literally just have this exact same team plug out DeMar DeRozan and then plug in Kawhi Leonard, where like I just said, he wasn't playing he didn't play all 82 games. And we were still, the 1 seed in the East or whatever the case may be. But I think to your point, like I get it in terms of we could have had so and so and so and so. But if you're talking about like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, specifically Jason Tatum, and you brought up Cade Cunningham too, I feel like half the reason they're as good as they are is but look at the situation they came in, bro. Like who's Cade Cunningham sharing the ball with on Detroit? When Jason Tatum came in the league, who was he sharing the ball with on Boston?
But I was watching a podcast, and you know what's crazy? He wanted to get traded from Boston before he even played because they got Gordon Hayward. Because they got Hayward and they already had JB. So he didn't come into a situation where he was automatically the man. He had to work for that spot. And he did. I think on the Raptors, Jason Tatum on the Raptors. Are you guys serious?
Well, yeah, of course. But yeah,
on the Raptors, bro.
We just wasn't that. We weren't in that spot. Like we just couldn't
bad.
get him. So I'm thinking just back on DeMar though, like. He's a leader in multiple categories in like the franchise history. Like I'm trying to remember, like games, points, minutes, like field goals, like free throws, and that's all that stuff, right? But I think Vince, his retirement is justified because he's an iconic Raptor, right? Without him, again, I say this to everyone that says, "Oh, why was he the first one retired? Why?" I don't want to hear that BS. I'm sorry, because without him, you wouldn't be rooting for any Toronto Raptors today. They would have left the city already. Okay, so don't give me that. I don't give a damn what you have to say. Okay, this is our podcast, not yours.
Yeah.
And then
Let him
when you're
know.
talking, so and look, I get Vince didn't win anything here, all right, but it's just what the impact there. DeMar, you could argue he did more than Vince in terms of winning. He even got us to the first conference finals that the Raptors ever saw, right? So there's that point that you could add for, like, I'm trying to make a case for his jersey to be retired, I guess. But at the end of the day, I think like the Raptors are definitely gonna retire Kyle's because the ring, because the success obviously post DeMar. But to be honest, I wouldn't mind if DeMar's jersey got retired, just because the length, the time that he was here, the duration he was here, the fact that he's a leader in multiple categories. I know it's a younger franchise, of course, but he's one of those, first guys in the Raptors history to do certain things, to be an all-star, multiple times over and things like that. I think he has. You look at 2016, like I mentioned, where we did make the conference finals. That was a good time. I know we lost to LeBron, but it was like, whoa, the Raptors in the conference finals? Things like that. So at the end of the day, though, I just don't want people, or, I'm not talking about Emmanuel, but other OVO heads or people coming after DeMar in certain ways, right? Because don't forget, but on the different side of things, you're obviously going to be like, okay, well, Drizzy has a point here. Like, if you're talking, if a guy is talking about me in this way, and you're with him, I know you're from there. I know you're from Compton, but still, like, you're like, bro, come on, man. Like, I understand both sides of the token.
Yeah.
And I'll join you guys in this. I don't think that because Drake is mad at him, we should erase. What I was defending is Drake feeling like that. Now, them saying that he's a bum, DeMar DeRozan is not a bum. Let's just be honest, right? He's an all-star. He's proven himself already. There's nothing we could take away from him. I just think that was a sucker move, bro. Because if we feel so strongly about you to put you in the rafters, like you guys are explaining, that means this whole time you were cool with Drake and you had this relationship, fam. You didn't have to be in the video, bro. You could even support the thing, but you don't, especially knowing who he's dissing, there's no way you didn't know that the guy would feel some type of way about that. And you didn't care. That's even like a double diss, fam. That's like a double whammy, bro.
I feel like the Raptors organization, like, just predicting what's going to happen, I think they're going to retire it, to be honest.
I don't know.
I think they are. I think it's pretty much set in stone at this
Eventually.
Point. Yeah, I think it's set in stone.
Yeah, down the line.
Yeah, maybe.
Kyle's obviously going to get it done. Yeah. No, but see, I didn't like that's bad taste, bro. To say you're gonna go up there and because things they didn't even ask him that. Like they didn't even ask him, "What do you think about DeMar getting his jersey retired?" He just like, "Yeah, I'll tear it down."
But you know what, Skyler?
Be realistic.
You know what? He's not doing interviews. DeMar DeRozan has been talking about this, has been asked about this wherever, whenever. That was the perfect time for him to get the message across, and now he knows.
But what's the message?
Because like, fam, the message is he does it the same way that DeMar did that. He doesn't mess with DeMar DeRozan. Fam, this is the same guy that said he has so much pull he can start making the Raptors throw games. Like he feels like he's him.
But yo, how do you feel when people are saying, "Oh, he took away from Vince's retirement ceremony," by saying that the discussion became DeMar versus Drake? Like, how do you guys feel about that?
I agree with that wholeheartedly, especially because of what Lou Williams said. Lou Williams basically called Drake selfish because of what he was doing that night in terms of making it more of a him versus DeMar thing. And don't get me wrong, I feel like what you said with the Vince Carter ceremony, that obviously amplifies the actions of that night, of course. Like, if it was a random Wednesday night, bro, and we're playing the Pistons, like, you know what I mean? People don't really care that much about that. You know what I mean?
Pistons straight.
Yeah, Pistons straight, whatever. Indiana, they suck this year. Whatever. You know what I mean? But
Bucks
suck too. But, yeah, I don't know. I think it was just, the whole thing I just think was in bad taste, in my opinion. Bad timing, bad taste. But I understand his anger in the sense of, yo, we used to be boys, and now you're in a video kind of, I don't want to say co-signing what Kendrick is saying, but, you know, you're there.
If you're in the video, you're co-signing it. Yeah. Because you don't have to be in there, Skyler, fam. Yeah. If you don't agree with it, why are you standing next to it?
'Cause
I
he
don't
was
think
even
it's
at the
like he
LA,
agrees with
the
it.
show
Like,
in LA. Yeah.
yeah, I don't think
He
it's
was
a.
at the show. He was crip walking.
Westbrook was there too.
Yeah,
But
I
nah,
don't know.
like,
Oh, that
but
bum.
the one thing though, like Drake, I seen him. I forgot what he called DeMar. Like
The
there's a
goof.
clip of him.
Called him
Yeah. Oh
No,
yeah. He said.
not a goof.
Oh
He
yeah.
said something else on the sideline.
Yeah, we could
They
bleep it
caught
out,
him.
but
Oh, yeah, they said the P
I-
word. It's
yeah,
the
he
P
said the
word.
P word. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
when you're seeing that clip, like he said,
That
it
was-
looked
that
like he
was-
said under his breath.
He said
He
it
looked
mad.
like-
He's on the other side of the court too. I'm like,
That's
bro,
my
what?
dog,
that,
but
come on, man. If you're
that
gonna
wasn't
come on,
it.
man.
Still. That
Yeah.
wasn't it. That wasn't it.
Because whenever he was around, he wasn't looking at him, and then when DeMar looked away, he was mean mugging
Yeah.
with Chubbs. Like, come on, man.
And then we seen
man.
what DeMar posted on his story. I'll put that up. I'll
Yeah,
put that up on the
that's
video.
good.
What
Yeah,
DeMar was
I've seen that.
posting.
Damn. Man, I got mind control over Debo. He be like, shut the f up. I be quiet. But when he leave, I be talking again.
But it's like the other thing too that we're forgetting. We said it already, but like, bro, DeMar's from Compton, bro. DeMar would have had
was
no
a crip.
problem getting in
scrap
Drake's
anybody.
face if he said that.
Yeah,
No
I
problem.
don't care.
But you saw what else he posted? How like the guy from his hometown was like, "Yo, don't worry, we're gonna take care of it," and it was like, "Yeah, we are."
Ooh, DeMar
Yeah,
said that.
it's out.
Like, DeMar posted it.
DeMar's boy. DeMar
Mm.
posted like one of it. I think it's a goon. I think it's a crib, bro.
See,
I was
that's
asking
what
him
I'm
like,
saying.
"Oh, that's the type of timing we on." Say less, and DeMar was like, "Yeah, let's go."
You see what I'm saying?
I'm saying.
This guy.
Listen, there's layers to this, fam.
But
There's
see,
layers,
Drake,
Skyler.
as a representative of Toronto, stop
Bro.
opening these doors, bro. We don't need Crips in the
Why?
city. Like, we don't need this type of violence associated with the Raptors. You're representative of the Raptors.
Fam, you're right, but you didn't hear Kendrick Lamar, Fam. You didn't hear
I
Kendrick
heard
Lamar,
him,
Cruddy?
but
What's
bro,
up, Cruddy?
no, but this is what I'm
There's no way,
saying.
there's no way.
This
There's no way.
our culture, fam.
No,
How you
no,
gonna
no,
feel
no.
like this?
But this is what I'm saying. I feel like, okay, Drake mentioned it in it. I don't remember what song it was. I think it was Push Ups. Basically, he said he's at the top of the mountain, and to have this conversation with you, I had to hike down. Meaning, bro, you're at the top of the game, which you are. The reason Kendrick is still even relevant is because you're keeping it relevant. If you had just left that to the side, people would have forgot about Kendrick in a few months because you're Drake and he's like I'm not mean to say it like I'm dissing Kendrick like that, but where was Kendrick before the beef? Like no one was talking about him like
Skyler,
that.
you're right, but the thing is, it's a legacy thing. It's a legacy thing in the sense where Drake, it's a hip hop thing. Because when we talk about music, Drake is way bigger. But this thing has been a thing where there can only be one man standing. And what I like about Drake is, however big, however transcendent he becomes of hip hop, he still sees himself in the sport of hip hop. So if someone calls him out on the carpet, he's not gonna be like, "Yo, I'm too big to get it in." Get it?
But-
no, fam, it's hip hop, bro.
No,
Let's
I get
go.
it. I get it. But like him deciding to address it, like so him addressing it up here and Kendrick talking about it down here is you bringing Kendrick back up to your level and lowering yourself a little bit too. So now you guys are both on par because what Kendrick says now is going to be publicized the same way you say whatever. When in reality, before this beef, Drake could say whatever he wanted, bro, in headlines and da-da-da, whatever. Kendrick is like, you know?
You're right, but the thing is, Skyler, if he never answered, people like Jelani, people like him, would have killed him. People like Jelani, man, they would have been like, he's ducking smoke. Kendrick called him out.
I would have never said that. I would never
Yes, you
said
would
that.
have. Yeah, you're lying. You're lying. It would have been like, he doesn't want the boogeyman. You know that leprechaun, the boogeyman. Nigga, what? The man comes out and beats with one person. All of a sudden, the whole industry scared. Like, I don't get it, bro.
Hey, I would have never said all that, bro. I would.
Yeah,
never
y'all
said
would
all
have
that.
tarnished his legacy, bro. It's a legacy thing, Skyler. I'm telling you, because the big three is about competition. That's why people look at Cole. Look how they talked about Cole. Like, Cole didn't give us, like, 2014, fam. They look at him like he's a bum. Like, they're like, fam, you ran from the fight. Like, they're like, yo, we don't want to see you here no more. You feel me? But they kicked him out of the big three, fam. They say he got no more chance of ever becoming the greatest. That's terrible, bro. Imagine being Cole, fam. Nigga gave us 10 years of music. All of a sudden, he can't be the greatest, fam. It's over, bro.
Bro.
Nah,
man.
fam, as a Drake fan, I would have been disappointed if you did. At least fight, fam. Come on, you gotta fight, fam.
I guess there's just a certain way to go about it to where like how far into you're thinking it. I think bringing it back to the main like discussion, I feel like that was a chance for you to just let it not let it be, but like I said in general, poor taste it being Vince Carter's ceremony night and you bringing that up. Because I feel like to that point, obviously, you had addressed it, and people were kind of like, all right, this is what it was. I think even if people think Kendrick Lamar won the beef, they're still saying like, yeah, Kendrick won, but Drake is still Drake. Drake is still, top dog. But yeah, so
I think he was just hurt, fam. We all know Drake.
Yeah, understandable. His feelings are valid.
My dog, that's my dog, but yeah, nigga, come on, that's my dog. He did that to me, damn, that hurts.
Yeah,
you guys are right.
Yeah.
You guys are right.
Yeah.
Next up on the list, how are we feeling about the Giannis and Dame experiment over there in Milwaukee, bro? It's kind of, it's looking rough. But I just wanted to share with you guys. I mean, I have it in the docs. So you guys might have seen it already. I saw it from this morning. I was watching the Colin Cowherd show from this morning or whatever. And they were saying that I didn't notice, and it's just from this show. So I don't know if they were. I don't think they were speculating. I'm pretty sure they were saying it as in like this was a real insider thing that they found out or whatever. But apparently, them making that move earlier this season, in the offseason, to acquire Karl Anthony Towns was an effort to then flip him for Giannis next year.
For the Knicks?
And so the reason why they were saying that this is possible to happen is because if you look at the Bucks, obviously it's Giannis and Dame, and the rest of the team, with all due respect, suck. You know what I mean? Brook Lopez is getting old. There's guys just
Bobby Portis
is getting old. Kendrick, what am I talking about? Chris Middleton, is still, up in the air or whatever.
Where is he?
That's what I'm saying. No one knows where Chris Middleton is. So
nobody cares. That's the bad part. Nobody even talks about it.
And basically, they have no picks until 2031 or something like that. So basically, for them to get any better, they have to let go of something. And the Knicks do have picks to give away. So they're saying something like Cat with like one of like Mikal Bridges or OG and picks might be enough to pry Giannis out of Milwaukee. Now, I don't know if Milwaukee feels how Milwaukee feels about it. I don't know how that would go down. But apparently that's a new twist to the story that could kind of tie in. But I guess, how do you guys feel about how they've been doing? Do you think Giannis should leave? Do you think he should stick it out? Or how we feel?
Well, it seems like he's flirting with like not leaving, but
no, he is.
The thought of it, like every report, and I know like after he signed that deal, even before he signed the first deal, like everyone wanted him gone, like everyone wanted him to go to Miami or something like that. But it just seems like all the time there's a rumor or there's something about him being disgruntled. Now I understand why, because Doc Rivers. It's that simple. Like what? Like this was a team that I used to believe in. Post their championship 21, I said, yo, they're going back real soon, okay? Whether if it be in 2022 or 2023. I said they're going to be in the NBA Finals, right? Didn't happen, understandably so. But when I saw, like the moment I saw Doc Rivers enter the building, that's when I really knew, oh, wow, this is not happening. This is not happening ever again, all right? And as much as I love Giannis, and y'all know I love Dame Lillard, and I've always been a defender of Dame Lillard, I can't defend this right now. Like didn't the other night these guys went off and they still lost.
Yeah.
How does that happen? 40. I'm getting 40 from you. I'm getting 30 from you, and we're still finding ways to lose. We're 1-6 right now. Everyone's laughing at the fact that they got the worst duo in coaching history, Darvin Ham and Doc.
Damn.
That might be true.
Bro, I don't know. Like, at some point you would expect it to be fixed, right? But Skyler pointed it out. Like, just the roster construction in this Eastern Conference, I know you have like those two top dogs, but aside from that, like what am I really getting from this Bucks team, right? You're getting a old roster that's a bit depleted, that's not as strong as it once was when they had Budenholzer. So I don't really have any expectations for these guys, and I'm not even basing it off of their current record. Just coming into the year, I didn't feel good about them. You know, same way that I felt about, you know, the Nuggets. Because as much as I like Jokic, even them, like coming into the year, just not getting good vibes from Denver. That's why I didn't say anything about them going to the finals or anything like that. So, but yeah, just back on the Bucks, like we'll see how it goes again. But if you're looking at the Eastern Conference right now, you're not looking at the Bucks as that team at all. Just based on how they're playing, obviously the record, and when it comes down to it, when it comes down to springtime, coaching is huge. It is huge, and it's just they got a guy you cannot trust. So yes, maybe Giannis might be like just looking around. You know, there's other teams in the league just looking around, seeing what's going on, browsing. And we know Dame Lillard didn't even want to go there. Okay, he wanted South Beach. We know that. Yeah. And Portland said we're not trading with y'all. We are not trading with Miami, so they brought him there. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's Emmanuel. What do you think,
bro? Bro, I think they thought that trading defense for offense would have worked, and I think we can all say that there's a reason why we say defense wins championship. I think Drew Holiday, more than just one-on-one defense, brought the defensive mindset to the team. I think that united everybody. They were better when they were good defensively. Right now they're good offensively, but having a guy like Damian Lillard is like having Luka on the team, fam. Like that guy's a cone, bro. Like there's always gonna, but fam, think about it. There's always gonna be a mismatch on the court, especially if you're playing a guy like Cade Cunningham, fam. Like these guards are tall now. Dame Lillard is not tall, and he's not really like I don't know. Like
he's getting up there. He's 34. He's getting up there.
He's that too, but fam, even at his highest, at his peak, he was never like a defensive guy, you know. Yeah. So it's kind of like you can, and he's kind of inconsistent now. Like it's weird. Like I feel like if I was Giannis, I'm killing myself every game, fam. I'm averaging like 30 and 10. We're still losing, bro. Y'all can't blame me, bro. I brought y'all a championship. I'm letting y'all know. Listen, if we don't get better, I'm gonna head on out of here. So now, if he does, people can't be mad.
But what do you feel about? And again, I don't even know if this is true because I only started hearing about this in recent times. That Giannis was the one that kind of forced the whole Drew Holiday trade to begin with. I don't know if that's true or not. But if it is, does that change your opinion on it?
Yeah, that's crazy.
A little. It has to, right? Because if this is what you asked for,
that's what I mean.
He doesn't have a crystal ball. So it's like, but what I think is, back to what you were saying, New York is, if this is the plan, fam, that was like a mastermind. Whoever crafted that plan should be rewarded, fam. Whoever, and if it happens, the Big Apple, Giannis, JB, come on, fam. Come on. That would be so spectacle. Fam, the lobs and everything, bro, that would be crazy. Because I feel like if that happens,
I feel like it could be cool, but is it good enough for Boston? Boston's the team to beat. Is that it gets you closer? You know what I mean? You're adding a superstar in Giannis, but is Giannis and JB plus, they got a solid rotation. They have a solid team in general, but is that enough for friggin' 4 All-Stars? Damn near 2 superstars already,
keep.
Yeah, it depends on
who you keep.
Yeah.
Because if you have OG Anunoby, if you could keep Mikal Bridges, then you're long enough to compete. Because we know Brunson's kind of a cone too, fam.
He's a liability
but
at some places.
He's more consistently offensively. I trust him more than Dame. Because Dame, if his threes are not falling, he kind of doesn't bring any, if he drives, he's going to get blocked. And then he's going to be demoralized, It's like, damn, I'm small. Like, what else can I do, But JB he has a different swag to his game. Can go inside or outside. I think that'll help Giannis too.
Yeah. I think the other thing is too, and you brought it up, trading defense for offense. I feel like this is one of those moves where I think we've spoken about this too briefly. I think it was one of those situations where hindsight's 2020, of course. I don't think Milwaukee had in their head at all that we're gonna flip Drew, send him to the West, and then they're gonna take him and send him to our rivals. What do you mean?
Wow.
Because face value, I don't think people would really care that much if it was Drew's over in Portland or he got bought out because he did and got sent to wherever in the West. You know what I mean? Stay over there. This guy got bought out and they signed with Boston, bro. So I mean, I don't know what. I feel like that might have just killed the whole operation for them over there. But aside from New York, do you guys feel like there's any other places you think that Giannis could be a good fit in that might make a little bit more sense or might give Giannis a better chance? Because we just kind of said, depends on who New York keeps, right? That can get them to the promised land. And the thing is too that I feel like I don't know. I've been thinking about it a little bit more. I feel like people in general have been thinking about it. What does Giannis look like in a few years from now? Because obviously he's a freak athlete, but I'm not expecting him to be on that LeBron arc where you're just athletic your entire career. You know what I mean? At some point, you have to stop jumping over people and stop getting rebounds and running the floor the whole way in 3 dribbles. You know what I mean? At some point, it's going to slow down. So what does that look like? You know, I feel like depending on how his development
Nigerian,
goes.
though. He's Nigerian.
This is what you're saying he turns into the dream?
I think he's too long to get stopped, if that makes sense. He's too mobile for a 7-footer. Like, the athleticism is gonna go down, but if you do a pick and roll with Giannis, fam, he's open to the rim, or he can still defend the rim, you know? He can still be a good defender. Like, he's not gonna be, like you're saying, it is gonna go down. The numbers aren't gonna be as spectacular. But if you put, like, you know, I don't know, Giannis on LA or anything, man, you give me
that's just
KD,
not happening, bro. That's not happening, bro.
Nah, you know where he's going, bro. You know where he's going. You know where he's going.
Miami?
He's not. He joining Steph. We getting number 5.
Golden
Steph
State.
Warriors. Steph FC.
But
Need
who
that.
are they giving up?
Or would that win?
I don't know.
Yeah,
This
see,
is my
like-
dream, okay?
Yeah, okay.
I need Steph number 5. I need Steph number 5, okay?
It's not
I need that
happening.
dream. That's my dream.
Can we, fam, right now, JT, Skyler, we were right. JT's doing it, and Steph is kind of, we're going to talk about it, bro. Outside of the Olympics, and even in the Olympics, if we're being honest, fam, outside of those 2 games, Steph didn't really show up, fam.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah,
kinda-
yeah.
I know that.
So I feel like he's kind of on a steady little decline, fam. Last year, he had games where he had like
Yeah,
0 points, fam.
He's still good, bro. He's still elite, bro.
No,
Put
that's
some
not what I'm
respect on our
saying.
name,
That's
fam.
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he's on a steady decline, bro.
Well,
He's
yeah,
on a-
how old is he? Like 35, 36?
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
At some point, yeah, it's gonna happen, but he's still elite. Come on now.
Yeah, I saw it was also on the Colin Coward show. They were talking about Dallas being a destination for Giannis. Now, I mean, I think that's cool. Like Giannis and Luka in my head works, but like, what are you giving up? You know what I mean? Like you're giving up you're gonna give up Kyrie, and the way Kyrie is, bro, that guy, if he hears he's gonna go to Milwaukee, he's retiring, bro. He's like, I'm not playing over there. Dame had the honor to at least try it out. Kai's gonna look at one flight to Milwaukee and say, nope, I'm retiring. You guys can do it, but I'm not playing over there, bro. I don't know. I feel like it'll be interesting to see where he ends up. But kind of off topic, I guess, or I can't really find a good segue to it. Have you guys been watching the Starting 5 on Netflix at all?
Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
That's on my bucket list.
good
I
one.
want to.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's a good one.
So in the thing, they kind of obviously the main like it's Ant, it's Tatum, it's Bron, it's Sabonis, and Jimmy are the 5. And they kind of make, I don't remember what episode it is, but they kind of make a point of speaking about the next face of the league, obviously referring to Ant and Jason Tatum. We've talked about this a little bit like off air and everything like that. But what do you guys think about that? The next face of the league, is it Tatum? Is it Ant? Obviously, Wemby's someone that Wemby's the next chosen one, or is it somebody else? What do you guys think about the next face of the league post LeBron James?
Gotta be Tatum.
You think so, eh?
Because he checks all the boxes. In a sense where he's going to be on a winning team. He already won. He's still young. He's getting the numbers on the winning team. Fam, I think right now he's averaging like 30-something on a team that's like obliterating the league. And he loves basketball. He has the story with Kobe. He has the text messages. He's a little corny.
He's
but like,
very corny.
he fits that mode, and he can somewhat play defense when he wants to. And I feel like he kind of has a lineage. Like when you listen to Jason Tatum talk about basketball, you could tell it's his passion. I think that's why Jokic never was. I think Luka is the only guy that could, because Luka's just magic, right? Like Luka or Ja, those people, it's just like you watch them and you're like, wow. But are they gonna be consistently winning like JT can? I don't know.
But I feel like, would you not attribute the winning to the Boston Celtics just as much as you would Jason Tatum?
I think they need
'Cause
him
they did
more
it
than
already.
he needs them.
I disagree.
I
'Cause
think
we spoke about this already. They just won, and up until the start of the season, everyone was like, Jaylen Brown's the true number 1 because he balled out, he guarded the best players. Jason Tatum was putting up bad games. They just won without him. So,
But I think the reason why he could do that, if you watch the games, is because Jason Tatum attracts a lot of defenders. he's still the main option. So that helps, fam, from being the main option. If you're a grade A talent, but you're getting a grade B coverage, then you're gonna eat.
Yeah, but
If the other guy's getting,
he's the only guy that can benefit with that kind of luxury. Where I'm having a bad game, so I'm attracting defenders, but it's fine because JB can go off. If Ant has a bad game, what, I'm going to rely on Julius Randle for 82 games for a 7-game series? You know what I mean? Like, Ant doesn't have that type of luxury. He has to ball out every game, regardless of the coverage. And I think my next question, actually, Jelani, what do you think? Before I say anything else,
Yeah.
Jelani, what do you think?
I gotta go Wemby.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be like I can't really compare it to after Mike retired, but like once, because we had a transition there, we had Kobe, and then boom, LeBron. I think there's gonna be a period where there's gonna be, jostling for that. You know, there's gonna be guys fighting for that spot, and then I honestly just see Wemby coming out of it because, one, we just haven't seen this before, and he's only gonna get better. And right now he's got a coach. I know he's dealing with some health issues right now, actually, but Popovich, he's definitely gonna mold him into that guy that he will become. And once he hits his prime, wow, I want to see how that's gonna go. So for the time being, like I can see guys like Tatum, I can see guys like Ja, like Emmanuel mentioned, guys like Edwards, of course, Luka obviously being in there, obviously fighting for that spot to be the face. And I know the pushback I'm gonna get is like, oh, there's never been a European as the face of the NBA, and yes, it's probably gonna be tough for that to happen. Obviously, with how the NBA and the culture is, they want that American. They want that American. So that's where Tatum might come in, or Ja might come in. But I just find that Wembanyama, they will, like Nike. We already see what they're doing with him.
Yeah.
The league will try to push him more and more and more. The Spurs, they're not a good team, right? I know they added Chris Paul. I know they added Harrison Barnes, but they're not a good team.
What
They're
does
not a
that
good
mean?
team.
Like, what does
Yeah,
that
I know.
mean,
But they're still pushing them on TNT. They're pushing them on ESPN because of that guy. Because he's going to be that guy at some point. So that's my answer. I think Wembanyama.
Honestly, I hear both of them, and I think it's pretty interesting actually because I was gonna say Ant. However, I actually like, and you kind of got into it, Jelani, both you guys actually got into it with the winning and the teams, everything like that. Like, when you think about basketball, like Boston and San Antonio, LA, or you could throw in there as well, are probably the first 3 teams you think about because those are just the biggest organizations. You know what I mean? Minnesota, nobody really cares that much about Minnesota, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's one part of it. I could see Wemby being the case for the face of the league because, like you said, Jelani, we're probably not going to see anything like that. Or we haven't seen anything like that to this point. I don't even think people can think of what that prime looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, for Tatum, we've seen guys like Tatum similarly. You know what I mean? We've seen guys like Ant. I feel like, does it just come down to who's the best player in the league? Because can you be the face of the league without being the best player in the league? Like, we just talked about LeBron being the face of the league. It's because he was the best player in the league. And then same thing with Mike. Same thing with Kobe. Same thing with Bird and Magic. You know what I mean? They were the best players in the league. So can Tatum be the face of the league if he's not better than
Jokic.
Anthony Edwards? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Jokic, that's a different thing because he's the best, but he's not the face. In my opinion, Jokic's not the face.
Yeah.
But I feel like Jokic is also not marketable, bro.
Yeah,
He's not.
And that's what I'm
marketable.
saying. Like,
he's not.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
the big thing,
Yeah.
It's like,
NBA is trying to market. They're trying to market Wemby.
Yeah.
Because they know the potential there. That's there. And even with Skyler's answer, Ant, like they know, and they've been marketing him really well, like Adidas and NBA, because they could see something on the horizon here if they continue to have success. But we'll see what happens though.
Yeah, my only thing with Wemby is the health thing, because I feel like there's a reason.
What happened?
Why we
What's the
haven't
health
seen
thing?
Someone. I think he's been like he's been hurt like at the beginning of the season, but like what I'm saying is more like, I think there's a reason why humans are not supposed to be that big.
That's all.
That might come back and bite him because he's also kind of lanky, fam.
Yeah.
I feel like if he breaks one bone, I'm not gonna say it's over, but I feel like what I'm hanging on is Boston winning, because I think Boston could keep winning for the next 2 years at least, because they still have JB. If they keep him, they always have a chance. But like you guys are kind of like Ant has that spark. Wemby can be that guy. Wemby's like unforeseen, so but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking long term, like after LeBron, because I'm thinking LeBron's playing a couple more years because he
Yeah,
just
2
can.
more.
Like he's just that good. So I'm thinking like longer term, it's definitely gonna be Wemby. But in that period of time, like you're saying, Manuel, like the next couple years,
Yeah.
that's where we might see, a couple guys fight for that spot.
Yeah, probably. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the worst thing for Tatum's case is the fact that he's on such a stacked team because people can always pull that out. Do you know what I mean? But being on Boston, I feel like the league would love to push that more than anything else because Boston is Boston. You know what I mean? Especially if I don't know how things are gonna go, but especially if the Lakers end up getting somebody that is kind of like on the younger side and shows a similar kind of. I don't have anyone in my head right now, but on the other side and shows a similar type
Super
of
flag.
sure, but that's not
Stop
happening.
it.
You know what I mean?
Stop
I'm playing with it.
But then they would love to push
He's
someone like that.
He's a Raptor, bro. He's a Raptor.
Thank
Real
you.
You
shit.
think so?
Nah,
He should be.
probably not.
He should be. The Raptors have
They
been.
don't
Believe that.
Have
They
you
don't
guys
want him
been?
in Toronto, to be honest.
Have you guys been watching the Raptors this season?
No, we're
to start
actually a good 2-6 team. We're
Yeah,
a good 2-6.
they're a
bro.
very entertaining team. It's kind of like at times, yo, chill out a little bit, man. We need to win. You know what I mean? Like, relax. You know what I mean?
Shout out Darko. Shout out RJ. And Grady Dick. He's balling right
Yeah,
now.
they're hooping.
Yeah, he's hooping.
Like I feel like the Raptors have done a really good job of. Well, they had that same identity, but the rookies that we picked up have been really
great
good
picks.
rookies, bro.
And
Considering,
I
Masai?
really wanted Shed,
Yeah.
like Jamal Shed.
yeah, he's
Houston.
a dog.
Because y'all know me, like I watch college ball, and like he was just a dog at Houston, and they were
Yeah.
always a #1 seed. Like in the tournament, they were one of the best teams in the country, and he was the man on that team. So I was like, wow, we picked him up. Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. He was one of the few guys I was tapped in because I don't watch college basketball like that. But him and just the whole Houston team, I was kind of tapped in. They were my pick for March Madness, and they ended up losing. But whatever.
Yeah, they
But
do that often.
Yeah, I was happy for the team in terms of like because Jamal Shai was a late second round, mid to late second round pick. I think Mobile was a late first or early second round pick. So it's like guys that aren't really supposed to be, you know what I mean? You weren't supposed to be this good out the gate considering where you were picked. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Shout out to the Raptors. We need to do more coverage for the Raptors, be it for Toronto, because we're just out here not talking about it. But yeah, shout out to RJ and everything.
Love the jerseys, guys. Make them full time.
Yeah, stop messing around, bro. Like, what are we doing with these?
I know.
Our jerseys are crap. Otherwise, I have to say it. I don't like.
I
it.
hate that chevron.
I don't like it.
That's some BS right there. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's some
I
BS.
don't know what we're
Let's change
doing.
that up. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go.
don't know
Come
what
on
we're
now.
doing.
Get a graphic designer now.
Like Jelani, you know what I mean? Graphic designer. Hello.
Yes,
Get somebody out here, bro.
I'm playing with it.
NFL football. Jelani. Good lord. Dak
Really sit
Prescott.
back for this one.
Dak Prescott out for the next few weeks. CD's got a AC joint, something going on with his shoulder. Traded for Jonathan. I don't even know who it is. Jonathan Mingo.
I don't know either.
Duolingo. I don't know, but fourth round pick for him. So you guys must be on the up and up, I guess.
Yo, I don't know either. It's crazy, fam. Look at him. He's in despair.
You see what I mean, bro? Michael
You know-
Parsons is cashing checks. The team's got it right because he's not playing. Saying, I believe in my guys. What are you watching?
You know.
The season's over. Is the season over?
I've been tweeting "See y'all in 2025."
Yep.
That's what I've been tweeting. That's my new hashtag. See y'all in 2025. It's bad, you know. Dak hamstring, so he's on IR. So with you being on IR, he's out like 4 weeks ish. We don't have a good team this year. It's tough because we were a 12+ win team the last 3 years, so we were actually a contender. We obviously know what happens in the playoffs with this team, but we were a contender. And to see the fall, like we're talking top 10 in Dallas right now, and we're only midway point in the year.
It's getting bad out there.
you know, it's I'm just laughing because I hate this team, bro. like imagine can I put this in like other sports terms for those who don't know? Like, just imagine your favorite team in another sport, like a basketball team you love, a soccer team you love. That was a pretty good team, but they failed in the playoffs. But you just need maybe a few more parts. That's all you need, right? But your owner, who has podcasts every Tuesday, yeah, he's on podcasts. Imagine an owner talking about his team on a podcast every week for his team to hear. Yeah, it's really weird. So imagine that guy does nothing in the offseason to better your team when you have the chance to do it. There's guys out there. Imagine in your favorite team's sport, there's a guy at his position who's arguably the best.
Shout out Derrick
who
Henry.
lives in your Derrick Henry, who lives in your city. He has property in your city of your favorite team. He wants to play for you, and you don't give him a call.
So you pick up the phone.
Imagine you do. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine you don't address that same position in the draft where you have an opportunity to do so, and this owner keeps saying, "We like our guys. We like our guys." Imagine your team being cheap, despite being the number one richest team on Forbes. Who gives a damn? I've seen that every year. Every year we're number one. I do not care. I want product on the field. So imagine that happens. Imagine you only have one weapon on offense, CD Lamb. You have one offensive weapon that can do anything. So you know what that means. The other team, the game plan is just shut him down and we win.
CD left.
And that's because your owner didn't want to better the team. And then the added layer to this, the other good players on our team, all of them are hurt. So that's why it's just gone bad. And the defense is led by a guy that was running a poor defense in Minnesota the last couple of years. He got brought in because he's Jerry's boy, because he used to coach with us. Look, man, just to save my sanity, my mental health, I have stopped wearing the Dallas Cowboys apparel.
Breaking news.
I am not wearing anything with the star. I'm not going to rep the star. I know everybody associates me with that damn blue star. What? I need y'all to stop for a minute. Look, I still like them. I still do. But I hate them. I hate this team. I've never said that in my life. But Jerry Jones, yes, you. Jerry Jones, I'm talking to you, my brother. Howdy do. You've made me hate my favorite football team, my favorite sports team, because I love them damn Cowboys. The damn Cowboys are done, man. We're cooked. We are cooked. Okay. and just to make matters worse, in this scenario, imagine your ops, teams you hate with a passion, are really doing well, including one op that's been poor. Like they've just been bad for years, like a decade plus. And all of a sudden they're doing well. Washington Commanders. I hate that damn name, by the way. That name sucks.
That name sucks.
The Commanders, their nickname is Commies. I'm not calling my favorite team the Commies. What is that, bro? Anyway, they're doing well, bro, because they actually have a structure now, which is crazy to think about. So just all these things, guys. So that's why, in general, like, I just don't like shows talking about the Cowboys when we're irrelevant now. But it's the Cowboys. So it's the Lakers, bro. It's like the Lakers. It's like the Yankees. You got to talk about them. It's just how it is. It's Real Madrid. It's Man U.
Yeah, this is making me feel better. Keep going.
Yeah.
A lot of teams
Yeah. So, that's it. That's really it. The Cowboys are a non-factor. At this point, we're going to see what happens. It's probably not going to – I see us winning 1 or 2 more games. Remember, the season ends, late December, early January? Yeah, early January. Mm-hmm. I don't see another win in a minute and a half because we got some good teams coming up. The Eagles are going to give us that hammer this week. The Texans going to give us that hammer this week. The next week.
Holy shit.
It's done. It's done, bro. I can't even put it into perspective how cheesed I am, bro. Like, it's just, and the fans are fed up because we've started a movement now. Fire Jerry, the GM. Fire Jerry. Step down. Like, these are real things going on. I remember there was a Dallas News. There's a guy at the facility with a poster, with a sign. People were honking, agreeing with him. Fire Jerry. Jerry, please step down. Please. You are ruining what you once brought up to be a great franchise. This was once a fantastic franchise, bro. We were the Dallas Cowboys once upon a time. I know it's hard to believe because I haven't even seen it either, guys. It's a myth. The Super Bowls are a myth. Okay? But it happened, right? And so yeah, so that's the Dallas Cowboys for y'all.
Yeah, I mean, imagine everything he just said, and that's just what he's living. You know what I mean? That's what he's living for real.
Imagine.
I guess for your sanity, we can move on from that part. This isn't even on the script, so at this point, we're just kind of going on fumes whenever thing. But what do you think about the whole Patrick Mahomes GOAT conversation? You know, if he three-peats, he's got 4 rings now. Is that enough? In my eyes, no. To Brady's 7, you know what I mean? That's a long, dominant career. I don't think so. But I guess certain conversations can be made. What do you guys think?
It's like it's tough for me because I've like someone called me out on this one day.
Yeah, because you like that guy.
Because not even for that. It's because the NBA. Who's my GOAT in the NBA? Jordan.
Oh.
My GOAT in
Gotta
NFL
keep
is
the same, yeah.
my GOAT in NFL is Brady, and it will always be Brady. However, I've been pushing Mahomes' agenda for how long now?
Yeah, I've been.
And I said, yo.
Nah, pal.
But you see with the NBA thing, I always said this. I know I've always said Jordan, but I've always said I want to see LeBron's career end. I want to see the whole thing before I make my final decision. So yes, for now it's Jordan, but there's some times where I'm like, damn, you know? But I think with Mahomes, the thing is, like, there's never been a 3-peat in the NFL, ever. Mm-hmm. So if he does that, and he's still under 30 years old, he's 29, and he already has 3 rings, he already has the records, he wins like we've never seen before. Aside from Wayne Gretzky's start in his career, in the 4 major sports leagues in North America, this is the best start to a career there ever was. Wow. Okay? I don't care if anyone disagrees. Look it up. There's Google. There's AI now. It will tell you what Patrick Mahomes has done.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is the greatest talent at the quarterback position that there ever was. I'll say that. Mm-hmm. The greatest talent. And I used to think it was Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, to me, was the greatest talent. Patrick Mahomes is now the greatest talent.
Yeah.
Right? I think Patrick Mahomes is second to Brady. He's past Joe Montana. I know he has 1 less ring. But if he does get this 3-peat, then if you wanted to say that Patrick Mahomes is the GOAT and has surpassed Brady, I wouldn't be bothered with that. See, because what he's done in that short amount of time, he's played like 8 years ish, whatever, and like 7 as a starter, and he's done all he's done. And the other thing is he hasn't let anyone else win on his watch. No one's won. The only one was Brady before he retired. So, Lamar has nothing. Josh Allen has nothing. You know, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow. They have nothing. Mm-hmm. He has all. So that's why I'm thinking, if he has 4, all of them have nothing. Come on, man. This is Jordan 90s, bro.
So I feel like that's an important part that you touched on, because I still think even if he does 3-peat, I'm not ready to say it yet. I'll be ready to entertain the conversation, but I'm not ready to go and be, oh yeah, Mahomes the GOAT. Because, so, bring it back, and I used a little bit of AI overview on Google. I had to make sure I have my numbers right. But I had to make sure I have my numbers right. He's been to the Super Bowl 4 times, right? He's been to the AFC Championship 6 times. The 2 years that it didn't happen, he lost to the top dog. He lost to Brady. And I think that weighs a lot. That matters a lot. And especially in all these sports, it's very rare where you have these 2 guys, like you see it in soccer, obviously with Ronaldo and Messi, because they're at the same time, for you to have any overlap between your GOATs. You know what I mean? Prior to Patrick Mahomes, it was Joe Montana and We didn't get to see that against Brady because the timelines didn't match up. You know what I mean? You get to see, even in hockey, like you see Gretzky and whoever. I mean, Gretzky's Gretzky. That guy was in a world of his own already. But in football, for example, you're getting to see the GOAT and then the next supposed GOAT go head to head. And Brady came out on top twice. You know what I mean? So I feel like that does hold weight, even regardless of this amazing start. Because, yeah, he has had pretty much the best start in North American sports because he's a monster. And if we're being honest here, like Jelani said, played around 8 years, something like that. He hasn't played 10, right? He hasn't even played for a decade yet. Tom Brady played way too long to begin with. He played, yeah. I don't even know how, he played longer than I was alive, damn near. You know what I mean? Like he's been playing for a very long time. So if you're projecting Mahomes, and obviously you know that the landscape will change like crazy. Eventually Andy Reid's going to retire. The team's going to look different at some point. But if you're projecting and he's already got as many as he has, like, you know what I mean? He might end up getting up in there. But yeah, I guess to Jelani's point, you got to wait for him to finish it out before you can really close that chapter and write a conclusion, you know?
I will entertain it, though. If he does it, I will get even more annoying about Mahomes because I'm already annoying about him. I will get even more annoying about him if he does it because it's just never happened before. And he got the first back-to-back in like 20 years. I know the last one was Brady, which is funny. But yeah, it's like LeBron. Imagine like LeBron played Jordan in the finals, lost to Jordan, right? And because that was the Super Bowl in 2020. And imagine they also met up in the conference finals one time. You know, because when Brady was still in New England, he beat him then. So that's the 2-0 that Brady has over his head forever, right? But just imagine, though, that LeBron had the best start to a career you'd ever seen. And the rate and pace that he's on, if he continues it, obviously with so many what-ifs, but that pace, he could definitely catch or probably catch a Jordan. So that's what I'm trying to put into terms of like NBA-ish.
Yeah.
So do you guys think that him being so great kind of changes the narrative for the black quarterback? 'Cause I feel like I hear a lot in football. They're like, yo, they can't really be quarterbacks, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Him, Lamar.
For sure.
I feel like those two are the top two guys. In my opinion, you can throw in a Josh Allen, but let's be honest here. Candidly speaking, Josh Allen is a brother. He's just white. You know what I mean? But you're not that big, that fast, that strong, and just pure. You know what I mean? I don't want to go there. We don't have to take it there, but we don't have to take it there. But that guy, you know, they call Joe Burrow Joe Shiesty too, by the way. So yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but no, I don't know. Like I've written a lot of papers on the black quarterback too. Like just the racism that they've gone through, like over how long. There was a new show on Amazon about it as well. Like with Michael Vick, who was the reason why I like the sport in general. Michael Vick was the reason why I liked it. So, you know, guys like Lamar Jackson. That's why I want Lamar to win too. Like I know as much as I love Mahomes, like I love Lamar. And the thing with Lamar is like when he was coming in, he got the Heisman Trophy. So he was the best player in college football. But they still said, yo, I don't think he's a good quarterback. Let's put him at wide receiver. I thought that was crazy disrespect.
That's dumb.
He fell last pick in the first round. We were like, what? Yeah. So that's why people root hard for him. Because he's kind of the guy, like really Lamar, not Pat, but really Lamar. He's the one that goes against all you know, that knowledge or that false narrative that the black quarterback is, you know, because you know, he's from Florida, he speaks the way he does, he moves the way he does, he dresses the way. That's what they talk about. He plays differently, you know. He's a fast runner of the football, all that sort of thing. But he's still intellectually sound on the field. He knows how to lead a team, and he can pass. Like, what are we talking about here? So that's why, I think, and that's also why I can't lie. That's also why I go hard for Mahomes, because I want to see a brother be the greatest of all time at a position that I never thought that would happen. Because growing up, I seen Drew Brees, I seen Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, all these guys. They don't look like me. Yes, we had Michael Vick, who was the icon. He's like Iverson with cleats on, but you know, the career wasn't goated. So that's why I'm saying if we get a brother in there that could challenge a guy like Brady, Yes, I'm gonna go for him. Are you kidding me? Especially after decades of people saying that a black man can't be smart enough to be a quarterback and lead a team of 52 guys. Like that just made no sense to me when guys were good enough, but a lot of guys in the past couldn't get an opportunity. So that's why I go hard for him.
Yeah.
And Lamar.
And like part of why I was saying that is because, like you said, I feel like Lamar Jackson kind of wears it more on his sleeve. I don't know if Mahomes like. Okay, I don't know if this is.
I know where you're going.
I
know where you're going. Like,
yeah, I don't even want to go too far.
Twitter was going crazy with this during the Super Bowl, during the championship game, man.
I'm just saying, like,
don't get canceled now.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to stay out of that, but has he acknowledged that he's like that? I don't know. I don't know how to ask this.
No, but he has, because Pat was in that documentary on Amazon about the black quarterback. He was the last guy that Michael Vick sat down with, and he knows like his dad played in MLB, Pat Mahomes Sr., a brother, of course. Like he talked about understanding, he is mixed, but he knows what he stands for. He knows the history of us at the position. He knows what he's playing for, and that's why that Super Bowl 2 years ago with the Eagles was historic. It's him and Jalen Hurts, first brothers to play against each other at quarterback in the Super Bowl. So that's why it's big. But yeah, Pat for sure. He knows. But like you're saying, Lamar, like it's more out there. It's just it's clear as day. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's reassuring because I feel like I don't really like Pat Mahomes. The image I see of him, it's not really like that. But it's because I feel like representation is important, but carrying it is different. It's kind of like Vinny. Vinny carries it. Yeah. It's like. So that's important too, but I'm glad to hear that. I think more people should like acknowledge that too. Like he knows where he stands.
Yeah,
no doubt.
It's pretty much all we had on the schedule. Do you guys have anything you want to get off your chest? You know what I mean?
Real Madrid, you disgust me. Listen, where's my camera? Y'all disgust me. Hey, Jelani, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's been
come on, fam.
2 bad losses, man.
Yikes. Yo, your defense is letting everyone just run through. Like, Milan was just, wow. I was like, they're just allowing them to run the ball all the way?
Yo,
passing through. Oh, yo, if anyone on Milan was like, yo, through. Literally. Easily there. I didn't understand what I was watching. Y'all not playing well.
Yeah. I mean,
playing with Lucas Vasquez is like playing with 10 people on your team.
No, relax. You can't say that, bro.
Yo, come on, bro. Leao made a mockery of that guy, fam. And he's the captain. Yo, don't get me started, fam. I'm hot. Risky, come on, fam.
Look,
when Carvajal went down, I knew it was gonna be.
It's evident you guys do need a replacement at right back. That's evident since then, because you don't want Vasquez to be your out and out. You guys are already kind of thin at the back, but I don't know. I think you're asking a lot of Vasquez there to deal with someone like that. As energetic as Leao is, you're asking a lot. Vasquez has one speed. No. This is what you don't understand. Vasquez has one speed. I've seen him jog, and then I've seen his arms move faster because he's trying to sprint. It just doesn't look like he's going anywhere that much faster. We saw it against Barcelona. It wasn't looking good. But
that was ugly, man. That was ugly.
Yeah, that was trash.
Rusky, there was a game where
Rafinha though, shout out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for real. But there was a point where Leao dribbled him, sent the ball right because he was going to the right. This man was like this. Instead of going to the left, he turns. The ball is going to the right side. Well, he should go to the left. But he turns right and does a pirouette to get back to the ball, my guy. Like, come on. And in that time, Leao's already gone. Like, come on, brother. Like, follow the ball, fam.
Yeah. I think we kind of got into it last week a little bit. I think the problem is just obviously your structure is all over. You don't have a structure. And I'm not trying to be that kind of guy because I'm not comparing the two players at all. That's not what I'm trying to do. More so profiles. But you didn't need Mbappe one bit. Like, Joselu was better fit for your system. Like, that kind of big man striker that can hold up play, throw his weight around, and no, it's proven. Look what happened last year. They won. Look at you guys right now. You guys stink.
Skyler, you know what? I don't want to hear it, Skyler. If you're the GM of that team, and you can get Mbappe,
No.
Kylian Mbappe for free, you're not doing it.
I understand, but you didn't need to do that. You didn't need it.
I swear we spoke about this. Like
We probably
fair
spoken
size.
about it. Yeah.
If this was any other team, I'd agree. But this is Madrid, fam. This
No,
is
but
our
that
DNA.
should
This is what we
emphasize
do.
even more why you didn't need it, because you're Madrid.
I know, but we get the big stars. We have to have the best players in the generation, fam.
But
He's
you
one of
already
them.
have it. You already have that.
We do, but we want more. That's
Like,
the
bro,
one.
see, this is the
greedy,
greed.
so
This is the
greedy.
greed they talk about in the Bible, bro. Like, that's,
Yes, it is. It is the
So
greed.
greedy, bro.
Yes. We're greedy. Yes, we are. fam.
because,
We
bro,
want to win.
it's looking like as of right now. Now, I want to say this first. I think Mbappe obviously is going through an adjustment period. Madrid, the lights are a bit bigger over there. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll sort it out. Next season, whole different story, whatever it is, he'll figure it out. But right now, where he's at in terms of the performances he's been putting in, not even just this season, but just throughout his career, his peak was 2022. Right now, it's looking like his prime was the World Cup. Because since then, he's not reached that height yet. He hasn't shown me that he can carry a thing yet. You know what I mean? Carry a team to thing. Like he almost did with France there. Like it's kind of, you know what I mean? But like I said, he'll figure it out. I believe he will still figure it out. I'm not calling him washed. I'm not saying anything like that. But it's not helping. You know what I mean? What's going on?
Time will tell. Time will tell. It's still early. It's still early.
Yeah.
I'll give them that benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
you
it's
guys,
It's
been-
not like he has 0 goals. He has 8 goals in
Yeah.
15 games.
No,
That's
yeah,
not
but
good
it's
to his
just-
standard, but
and the thing is too that we've spoken about also. I don't know if we talked about it last week or we probably just spoke about it in general. I think the biggest part for your guys' team that you guys are missing, because you actually spoke about it. I think it was in the recording. I don't know. Emmanuel kind of got into a rant before we started the show. I think if it was in the recording, I'm going to have it. Did you want to, Emmanuel? Do you want to address Real Madrid or you guys? Because
oh my god,
we don't have to do
no,
it. But
I feel like Milan should be here for that.
yeah, that's
You know,
facts. That's
Milan
facts.
should be-
That's facts. That's facts.
You know.
Maybe if he
But,
jumps on midway again, we'll.
But damn, bro, that was
It's panic
that was
station.
But I-
dirty.
But I told you guys, fam, like it's more about names, fam. There's got to be chemistry. It got to make sense. And Ancelotti, he's a guy, but right now his style is not gonna do it because he's let the players figure it out. We don't need that, bro. Right now we need some type of structure. You know, my only thing, bro. If I was a coach, there's one easy fix to this. To me, as soon as the defenders get the ball, just send it, fam. Just send
Kick and
it.
run.
There's too many times in the game where all the forwards are like, yo, pass the ball. They start running, they don't see the ball, and they get mad. So they don't come back on defense because they're mad. They just ran for no reason. And then we take goals on the other side, fam. Like, if I was Ancelotti, fam, send the ball. Like what Cruz did. Like, and I feel like most soccer players could do that. Like, the few times we did it, that's when we got the forward plays. So it's kind of like, I don't know. This kind of like it doesn't make sense to me because it's kind of basic. Like if you watch the game, you're like, we have some of the fast fam. We basically have 2 of the best players in the world, fam.
Yo.
How are we not dominating? Because you guys are not using them, fam. If I'm Ancelotti, fine. Mbappe go on the right, Vini on the left, Bellingham false 9.
Yeah.
Because he's tall, and last he can score goals. We know he can score. And Mbappe likes to play on one side. Because, to be honest, that's the other guy, fam. Mbappe goes on the left too much, bro. And if I'm him, like, I don't know. CR7 must be a different animal, fam. Because he did it. He went from a winger to a main striker in the 9, and he stayed there. The problem is we have no one in the middle, and these guys are always trying to get there from the side. Where it's like,
Organized chaos,
sometimes
man.
just dribble in, fam. See what happens, you know? Break a couple ankles. Like, Mbappe can dribble, like, and Bellingham, like, I don't get it, fam. Sometimes I don't get it. And Endrick, fam, I think Endrick pissed me off, fam. You know what it is? It's when he kicked that guy in the
Endrick.
nuts, fam. Broski, he kicked the man in the nuts that didn't even have the ball, fam. And since then, he hasn't seen the pitch. And Colotti said, yo, you're not ready, bro. So I was like, yo, you're like, fam, there's no way he didn't mean that on purpose, fam. He looked at the guy, he aimed, like, he swung and shit. Like, that would have been a red for me, too. Like,
Oh my god.
You guys are missing your tempo setter. You guys had Cruz before, who was your press guy. Where okay, shoot, everything's locked off. Where's Cruz? Let him take the ball, and so we can all breathe again. You don't have that right now. Like, I think you can groom certain guys into becoming that because you have a plethora of young midfielders. But right now, that profile doesn't seem to be there at this point in time. And I feel like that's something very important that you guys need to fill in. That being said, who? No idea. Because I can't think of any other young center midfielder that has that type of influence, that type of composure. Because that kind of stuff, you can't teach that. Like, you have composure, you have composure. You know what I mean? And then decision making, like your IQ, for example, like Chouameni, he makes too many mistakes for me that when you get to the elite players, especially the elite number sixes, they're not making those same mistakes. You know?
You got Camavinga, fam.
Even Camavinga, though, I feel like he's a little... Like, I love Camavinga. He's one of my favorite players on that team, but he's not a six of mine. He's too erratic. The guy likes to... He goes up too much. He does all... I don't know if you guys saw this. I don't know if you guys saw this. After they lost to Barcelona, you see what he posted on his story?
No. Nah, I missed that.
He posted a picture of him in the middle of the pitch, and I'm not gonna lie to you, the picture was cold. The aura went up by 1,000 because it was him. I think he was around Pedri, a few other Barcelona guys, and he was doing them. But fam, you guys just lost, bro. Let's keep it into context here. You know what I mean? This isn't you played good, but the team didn't work, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's trying to say, yo, they lost. I didn't lose that game. But yeah, I feel like that's something you guys need to address in the future. Now, I don't know how you go about doing that. It's probably gonna have to be just by grooming someone in your academy to fill into that role, or someone will pop up at some point. But
you don't think like someone like Valverde or like for me, Jude, if he like stops focusing about, because I feel like there's a lot of noise right now. He hasn't scored yet. People are kind of on him. I think if he settles down, he has the potential to be that. And I think Valverde is being wasted playing defense. Why? Valverde was playing phenomenal when he was actually in the middle, and he could go on offense too, fam. He's not. They put him so he can help Lucas Vasquez because Vasquez is trash. But if you move him forward more, he could create something. Like, he could pass the ball. He could shoot from far. Like, that's another weapon,
I agree, but they need to be a deeper player. Like, Jude is too high up the pitch to be that Cruz kind of role. And then Valverde, you can make that case because I know he looks up to Cruz, but profile-wise, that's not you. If you actually told Valverde to have to play like that, you're taking so much away from his game. The guy is one of the best athletes I've ever seen. He has like 5 lungs. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like to your point about covering for Vasquez, bro, that guy covers for the entire team. I don't even think he has a position. It's just, bro, we're going to put you over here, but wherever you feel like there's danger, just... Yeah. You know what I mean? Make your way over there. Yeah, just go.
Do your thing. Do your thing, bro.
I don't know. But, yeah, you guys figured it out. I've said it before. It's Real Madrid, so I'm not counting. Until you guys are out of the competition, I can't sit here and look you in the face and say, yeah, they're not winning. You know what I mean? Like, something's going to have to... they literally had
Real Madrid voodoo.
Yeah, they had the darkest black magic I've ever seen in my life.
No, but, fam, they might need another coach, fam. I don't know.
You think Ancelotti is the thing?
It's not the problem.
Today,
yes. So. I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't know.
Because...
but in general, do you think he's the problem?
Not in general. I think in general, it's chemistry. But today, I think it's him because his formation doesn't make sense to me. To me, you have to have Rodrigo on the team because Rodrigo kind of balances it out, brings danger on the other side. And Rodrigo can take it on and score by himself, So you're having him on the bench, and when he comes on, you can see the spark. You can see the team kind of waking up. So that's one of the biggest things that I didn't get. Like, and even for me, try Endrick, try Guler. Why not? Why not? Mm-hmm. You guys need a spark. Why not put those young guys in that are hungry? Because all those guys that are playing right now, and Mbappe, they already have names. They don't feel like they need to press or do all that. But those young players that are still kind of making their stride, they're going to want to prove that they could do it, So it's like, why not give them a shot?
Yeah. I think that just comes with having such a stacked team like that, though. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
It's going to happen.
Fam, So you'd play Ceballos over like Guler
Whoa,
right now?
whoa! I never said that. Don't never
Bro,
said that in
that's
my
what you did.
life.
I was shocked. I was shocked. You put Ceballos in, and who? Fred Garcia? Nigga, what the fuck? Broski, if you don't call Edric right now so he can just shoot, bro. Come on.
I think it's a much harder thing than people will realize because they're all so young too. To your point, like you have to find a way to let them be themselves without letting them develop an ego. You know what I mean? Like Mbappe, to his credit, I think Mbappe has actually been better than what I've been expecting, like heading into it. Because obviously he had a crazy ego over PSG. Because who's gonna talk to the guy? Like he's above everybody else over there. So I think he actually did a pretty good job, like acclimating into Real Madrid, like leveling out and everything like that. But yeah, with all your young guys, it's like it's a hard thing to balance their development and like kind of cutting off certain pieces that will allow them to thrive, But yeah, that's anything else anyone wants to talk about? Anything else anyone has to get off their chest?
Jason Tatum MVP, fam.
All right, we talked about that last week too. Jason Tatum.
Too easy.
Jelani, who's your early pick for NBA MVP? Is it Jason Tatum?
MVP? I mean,
Way
Tatum's
too early
balling.
pick.
Luka kind of let's wait and see. But right now, even that game where you guys told me he hit the game winner, fam, I went back and he shot like 5 for 12 or something. Not 5 for 12. It was like 2 for 18 or something despicable, fam. And I was like, okay, I get it. He made the highlight play, but this is a terrible game, bro.
I don't even know if I got an answer since it's so early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
It's more like who you want to see. I'm actually on board with the Jason Tatum thing. I'm not even a Jason Tatum guy like that, but
I am a Jason Tatum guy,
he's
so I
been
don't mind that.
hooping like he
I like
has.
this. I do like
And
Tatum.
JB's not playing right now, and he's still doing his thing.
Yeah, but again, like we were saying earlier, time will tell. Time will tell. We'll see how everything unfolds. Yeah, man, that's a wrap. Episode 3, Northside Talks. 3 out of 3. Next week, make it 4 out of 4. Yeah, man. Thank you everybody for listening. It's me, your boy Skyler Gonzalez, Jelani Goodrich, Pressure Made Manu. Signing off. Y'all take care.